Hello adventurers, welcome to the Final Fantasy Playlist. My name is Adam, and in this week's episode we're talking about Demons of the Deep. Demons of the Deep was the first release of 1986, and it's it's book number 19 in the series. It was written by Steve Jackson. Now, it wasn't written by Steve Jackson, who co-authored the series. It was written, believe it or not, by another Steve Jackson who lives in America as opposed to England, and who is also a games designer. Now, what are the chances of two game designers, both called Steve Jackson, and they both write for the same series? I mean, that is just like crazy coincidence, but that's what it was. The cover illustration there was done by Les Edwards, and the interior art again was done by Bob Harvey, who has worked for the series before. Les Edwards has done covers before, and Steve Jackson has written before for the series. Demons of the Deep. I tell you, let's read the inside bit, because this is a bit of a unique book for me in the series. Just 5 days out of Port Blacksand, your merchant ship Sunfish encounters the dread pirate Captain Bloodaxe, terror of the seas. As the pirate ship strikes, you know that you are doomed. Captain Bloodaxe gives no mercy, no quarter. But you and your crew are hardy sailors, courageous too, and are determined to go down fighting. The skirmish is swift and deadly. When it is over, you are the only survivor from your ship. But Captain Bloodaxe has a terrible fate in store for you, one which will take you into the coral caverns beneath the waves and into the dens of the demons of the deep, in search of the mysterious black pearls, which are your only hope for survival. So, I mean, it kind of sets it up as to, what? Hang on a second, have I just drowned? No, what's happened is you've gone down into this magical, like the abyss type of kingdom. And while you're down there, you can breathe fine underwater. And the whole book is set down in the deep. I mean, I think there is a time when you can come back up, but you'll die if you try and go on the land. Because of this magical spell that only happens down in the demons of the deep. And you've got to collect jewels or potions or something like that. It's a very, I mean, it starts off, look at the illustration there, they're all laughing at you. It starts off pretty grim. Your boat's getting attacked, and now you're about to be killed by these guys, and they throw you to the deep, but you find yourself living, and now you've got to search around. For me, though, it's a bit of a misleading cover because, and I'm sure, I mean, I didn't make it all the way through. I died about halfway through, so I'm sure you probably will come across this guy at some point in the book, but it's not as scary as it looks. The book cover, it was like, wow, this guy's got bones all over him, and it looks pretty scary, but actually it's a bit more like The Little Mermaid than Demons of the Deep type of thing. It's a very interesting book, very interesting read. I would recommend it to anybody, don't get me wrong, and I would go back to it myself and read it again and again. It's a great, refreshing change. I've said so in the past so many times that these stories, they seem just like where you're the hero, go kill the baddie, yada, 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 and it's just a different surrounding and a different set of characters, and that's it. But this one turns it on its head. This is the first time we travel beneath the waves and we explore the world beneath the what's on top of the surface. Port Blacksand is in there a little bit mentioned. It's a great book. It's a great read. I really highly recommend it. Again, there's very few books that I actually don't recommend you getting. If you're a collector, and the whole point of this series is for people who haven't got certain books, but they want to see what the cover looks like, they want to see what a little bit of the internal looks like, to help them decide to go purchase it. That's what the whole series is for. This isn't an in-depth review. This isn't a sort of how to do the book, This is for people who want to see the covers, who want to see what it looks like. And that's it, really. And that's it for this episode. So leave your comments below. Tell me what you think of the book. And in the next episode, we will check out a ninja book. Take care, guys. See you later.